Have you ever seen $100 trillion note before? Yes, in Zimbabwe, the inflation of Zimbabwe went high up to 250 million%. This caused the government to mint $100 trillion Zimbabwe dollar note. This even caused people to wheel barrels of cash to purchase what they want to purchase because their currency has lost its value, which is caused by inflation. In this video, I'll explain to you what inflation is, how inflation is calculated, how you can beat inflation, and the causes of inflation. Without further ado, let's go straight into the video. Inflation can be defined as general increase in price of goods and the fall of purchasing power. Practically, what is inflation? For example, now if you experience 10% inflation in your country and $100 note can purchase something of $100 last year, if your country experienced 10% inflation, it means that the purchasing power of $100 has been reduced to $90. Why? Because the country experienced 10% inflation. How is inflation calculated? Inflation is calculated on something called the CPI, the Consumer Pricing Index, or the Consumer Price Index. What is CPI? CPI, for instance, now, if you go to a grocery store to purchase something last week and the price of what you purchase is probably $5, and you are going to the grocery store today and you see that the price of what you are purchasing is $5.50, that means inflation has happened. So the people that first experience inflation are the people that go to the market to buy stuff, are people that go to the grocery store to buy stuff. People that are into real estate also experience inflation, but that is when it has reached a high peak. But people that are purchasing stuff daily, people that are going to the grocery store daily, are the first set of people to experience inflation. What are the causes of inflation? I have three major causes of inflation here. The first one is cost push inflation. Cost push inflation occurs when there is an increase in the cost of raw material that the manufacturer use to manufacture their product. For instance, now, probably you like a product very, very well, and you got to know that the raw material that is used to produce the product, the price has increased. This will make the cost of the goods to push, and it will cause inflation. As the name implies, cost push inflation. The second major cause of inflation is called demand pull inflation. Demand pull inflation occurs when the demand of a good is high and the supply of the goods is constant. For example, now if we all got our paycheck and want to buy a particular car and the quantity of the car is limited, but we all have money, since the demand of the car is high and the supply is constant, this we call inflation. We all know in economics that when the demand of a product is high and the supply is low, inflation will happen. But when the supply of a product is high and the demand is low, it will cause the product to reduce in price. So demand pull inflation occurs when the demand of a goods is high but the supply is constant. The third major cause of inflation is printing of money. When the government prints money through the Federal Reserve, this will cause inflation to happen. I always know that rarity is the concept of value. So if something is rare, there are chances that it will be valuable. Like gold now. Gold is natural resources. Because we do not have so many gold, that is why gold is very, very valuable. We have sand. Sand is also a natural resources. But sand is plenty, so it is not really valuable. Although we use heated sand to make plastic. How can you beat inflation? The first way to beat inflation is to invest in high in demand skill. Learn high in demand skill. Like I said when I was explaining the second cause of inflation, which is the demand pull inflation, that I said that when the demand of a good is high and the supply is constant, this will cause the price of the goods to rise. So if you learn high in demand skill, you are going to be valuable because the demand of your skill is high but the supply is constant, so you can increase the price you charge people. The second way to beat inflation is to invest in a system that the ROI you will get is more than your country present inflation rate. This is the truth of the matter. If you keep your money in bank, the ROI the bank give you is less than the inflation rate of your country. So if you are keeping your money in the bank, you are losing money. That's just the truth. If you are keeping your money in the bank, you are losing money. Why? Because the percentage you will get on your money every month or annually is less than the inflation rate of your country every month or annually. So don't keep your money in bank. Invest your money in system that you know that the ROI you will get from the money invested will be more than your country present inflation rate. The third way to beat inflation is to leave your country and travel to a country where the inflation rate is not up to the inflation rate in your country. Now, I went online and made some research. You'll be seeing this thing scrolling now. This is the present inflation rate in 2022. I'm sure you're seeing it. You're seeing it. I will put the link on for this article in the description box. So check my Telegram channel. You can join my Telegram channel with the link in the description box. The link to this article is on my Telegram channel, and the link to my Telegram channel is in the description box. So join my Telegram channel so you can see this, so that you can learn more about inflation with this article. According to the trading economics, this is the inflation rate of countries now. So if you are in a particular country, are you seeing your inflation rate? Yes. This is the inflation rate of every country now. I am recording this video in 2022, so this is the inflation rate of every country now. So if you want to see this by yourself very well, just check the description box. You will see a link to join my Telegram channel. On my Telegram channel, I put the link to this article. If you have been very observant, you will know that I have been talking about money in this video very well. Well, there are some major money myths you may not know. In this video here, I talk about the 5 money myths that you are told. Watch the video and see you in the video.